excited to get this college football season underway. The Wildcats have been waiting and waiting, and finally the moment is coming in the opening of the season. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So the Pitt Panthers offense will get the football first. And they were in the market for a guy to make an impact on the ground, and they found him in this transfer, guys.
This was an offense that needs explosive play, so bring this dude in at the running back position and let him go. I can't wait to see what he's able to do today.
Man, let's see if he can earn the respect of his teammates. You know, you've done this and you have experience elsewhere. Now you get to do it for your squad, for your new team, all the hype. Let's see what he's got.
Breaks the tackle. He picks up the first down, brought down, but not before he put that dude in a blender.
All right, defense, you got to turn the page. Just gave up an explosive play through the air, but here comes the offense going quickly. You got to get lined up now and get ready for another one.
Throws to the wideout. Incomplete. He had it right in his hands. And I believe he might. And thinking about those big plays he's known for. Instead, it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Off play action. Looking left. Got a man. It's Wade. Good pickup there as he gets the first down, and they'll mark him at the 48.
Offenses love the explosive plays through the air, pushing the ball down the field. And look at this. Sometimes it creates some momentum, and you want to capitalize. So you go get on the ball and get ready to run some no-huddle.
Let's look at the big picture for Pitt. They had quite the ride last year, made it to the semifinals, couldn't finish the deal. Regression or redemption?
And today we're going to find out, and that's what's cool. Last year did not finish the way they wanted to, but they did get to the playoffs. That is an accomplishment. Now, did that raise the level of intensity for these guys for a whole offseason, Jesse, and do they come out better?
I think it has. I think the sense of urgency on this team has actually gone up. There were a lot of people patting them on the back last year. Yeah, you didn't win it all, but you made it to the playoff. Nice job. They're hungrier than they were a season ago. Let's see if that shows itself here today.
The Panthers are in the hurry-up.
Nice job by this defense creating that negative play. That's what all defenses want to do. But look at this. This offense, they ain't scared. Right back on the ball, ready to run another play, ready to make this defense work.
Dropping back, it's Van Dyke. Get it out on the screen. And that one looked great on the grease board, but when they blow it up like that, the defense is going to win every time. Wants to throw it. Trying to set up the screen. And it's pretty obvious there was a big hole in that screen, and the defense ran right through it. It's wise not to be too greedy, and they'll go ahead and send out the field goal unit. And he's got it counted all the way to 55. Never in doubt. So they are lining up to kick it off after that last drive. Put a 3-spot on the board, and now the defense will try to shut him down. On the run from inside his own 5. And he'll be brought down after a solid effort on that return. So the Kentucky Wildcats offense will get the ball for the first time. Let's take a quick second to call out some of the impact players their coaches mentioned in meetings this week. Anything you guys heard that really resonated with you?
Yeah, I love when coaches talk about guys that bring it every single day. Like, that we can depend on them. They can get other guys lined up. They're always motivated. They're always being a great teammate. These are the guys that coaches love.
And big-time players make big plays in big games, right? These are the guys that have to play well if they're going to win games like this. We just need to see what they do today.
And the Wildcats with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Second down, he'll throw it. Oh, he drops it. That is a catch he makes 99 times out of 100, but it'll be third down. Love seeing these early season top 25 matchups. You can get a really good feel of how good these teams are.
And the intensity is going to be big too, Dave, because the players, you know, on these teams, they've been thinking about this game for a long time. They knew they'd have a national stage, and they got a chance to prove just how good they are.
Oh, man, make that statement. Make that early statement. We always look at the end of the season, and what does the committee say? Oh, they beat top 25 so-and-so. Here's your chance to put that on your resume that'll pay off big time and late in the season.
Coming out on first down with the play fake. Oh, they're after it. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. The give out of the gun. They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43. Back to throw, it's Ward. Quickly complete. Out of bounds at the 49-yard line, but not before getting it into opponent territory. Third down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
No, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmys and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line? All right, guys, let's talk a little Kentucky. Everybody uses the portal to varying degrees. Sometimes you just fill the exact wide hole that you want. And this team, as they start this season, not a ton of new faces here, Jesse.
They didn't, but I don't think it's because there was a lack of effort on the part of the coaches, David. I think they believe they've got the roster in place now to have success.
Yeah, because when you bring people in, a lot of times you tick people off on your own roster. So when you only bring a few in, you cherry pick some elite talent and some real concerns that you have, sometimes it just addresses everything you need.
The marker rests at the 39, and that's what they need here on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Bought a little time, lets it go. Third down conversions are huge, and they've got one, and they're at the 35. Here comes Kentucky after picking up that first down. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. Relying on that running game, and it works for about 3 yards to the 31.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
And that's what makes this defense so difficult to run against. They've got guys up front that just push offensive linemen backwards. They basically push the blockers right into the lap of that running back.
Going for it all. Touchdown, Wildcats! They went for it all, and it paid off with the score.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now on game.
The Pitt offense back on the field and ready to roll. A little bit of feeling each other out. They're down 7-3 as they open this drive. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. They'll move the tight end. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Fires to the wideout. Finds a man on the left. All the way out to the 43-yard line before he's pushed out of bounds, and this offense is on the move. Now the play fake. Quickly out to the tight end. And he's marked down right there, but a good pickup, and it'll be a first down. Pitt pushing the base.
And it's frustrating as a defense when you give up that first down and you give up that pass play. But here we go with this offense. They're right back on the ball. You got to flush that. You got to get...
Oh, he's got some space. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a first down. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Dropping back, it's Van Dyke. They're working that left side. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage. Guys, that's the end of the quarter, and Kentucky has the lead. And after that first quarter, let's see if these guys can get back in the game in the second. Wants to go up top. Unloads to the wideout. Got him downfield. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the first down. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. Touchdown, Panthers. Snagged in the end zone to give them 6.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was, we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. And David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not. So being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
They'll leave it with him. Getting that push and pick up a 4 out to the 26.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down, the defense thinks you might be running the football. You still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Trying play action. Throws to the tight end. And they're not quite in rhythm there. It's incomplete.
Well, on that last play, you'd like to see the quarterback be a little bit more accurate, give his guy a chance to make the play. That ball wasn't even close to his intended target's body.
Facing a third down and short from the 26. Back to pass, it's Ward. Picked off, what a play to set him up. Got some room to run. Touchdown, Pitt. What momentum you get when the defense comes up with a play like that.
How about a game-changing play for this defense? Stepping in front of the football and knowing what to do with it, taking it all the way to the end zone.
And the extra point was good.
17, Kentucky, 7.
And he's coming out of the end zone. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Kentucky has it back, and the Big Blue offense takes the field. That deficit has now grown to double digits, down 17-7 as they start this drive. Leaves it with the back. Stonewalled again. No gain on the play. They keep trying to stick with the running game, but there's not much getting done. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Got rid of it quickly, but it's incomplete.
So that was a lightning-fast decision. You could tell he knew what he wanted to do right away. Makes the decision, but maybe his footwork wasn't a little bit good, and the pass wasn't where he wanted to put that thing. I know that.
Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Right down the middle. Wide open downfield. Such a big part to convert these 3rd downs, and they've got it at the 42. Kentucky back at it with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw on 1st down. Snagged out of the air.
How nice is it in this offense to have your best receiver playing in the slot? You're matching him up against linebackers, against safeties, or nickel corners. Nickel corners are oftentimes the defense's 3rd best cornerback. This guy is virtually uncoverable.
They'll run play action. That's caught. It's Cole. Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's at the 37.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play, because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the first down.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Knocked down at the 29 after a pickup of 4.
And, you know, when we talk about great 3rd down defenses, it really starts with them getting stops on 1st and 2nd down. You've got to get those stops early in the drives to set up 3rd and long, so that's a missed opportunity on that 2nd down by this defense.
Got it looking for the 1st down. He's run out of bounds, but he's got enough to move the sticks.
It's a nice job by the tight end there, just whipping his head around. They didn't need that many yards, so that's an easy completion. You get the 1st down.
And the Wildcats kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. Quarterback may change this route. Looking downfield, it's Ward. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down, second down coming.
Well, the quarterback knew he wanted to go to his tight end on that play. He's a big physical target, but it was the hit on the play that forced the incompletion.
From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. Brought down after a good pickup, and they're in the red zone at the 20.
Well, I know he was struggling to get going early in this game. That right there, though, was easily his best run so far. And this is one of the more talented running backs you're going to see in the entire nation. They need more runs like that to get this offense going if they're going to win this game.
Got to pick up a few to move the sticks here on third down from their own 20. It's complete on the right side. He's there to make the stop, but not before. He sets up this offense first and goal from the 7. The Wildcats had tough field position to start this drive, but they've been relentless in moving the ball methodically down the field. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer.
Well, the QB decided to keep it on that one. And listen, if you had his athleticism, you'd want to keep it too. Almost every time they run these types of option plays. But he's just going to have to do a good job of understanding when to hand it off, when to pitch it, and try to keep this defense on their heels and read his keys. He's got a lot of talent. Just got to make sure he's making the right decisions moving forward.
He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2.
And the offense, they don't choose to go downhill, be physical. They try to get it on the perimeter. Stay away from some of those defensive linemen, but you can tell DBs, linebackers, not scared.
Looking for the end zone. Into the house. Touchdown, Kentucky!
Man, I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. They take over late and have enough time to put together a drive. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
And the defense makes a play, finally. This is a lot of offense early in this football game, a lot of scoring. Need more of this from the defense. Getting to the quarterback, making him feel uncomfortable, and then when you get him down, you get him behind the sticks. Good things happen for your defense.
This offense really is putting themselves behind the 8 ball right now on this drive. Sack first down, just thrown an incompletion, so 3rd in California. Defense knows you're probably going to throw it. What can you dial up here?
Look out, he's got room! Brought down at the 16-yard line, and that will likely bring out the punt team. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Pitt will line up to punt it away. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return gets a little bit of ground for the offense. They'll get this drive started from their own 45-yard line. Laterals it back. Quickly complete. We've seen this from this sophomore. So dangerous after he makes the grab. Kentucky going quickly. Now from inside the red zone. Gets it out quickly. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. They were able to get the ball to the running back in space, but that space just evaporated.
And a great job by the defense, man. It's tough to get those guys on the ground. They're so used to having the football as running backs and making plays and being dynamic. So usually one guy not going to get him to the ground. You want many guys swarming to the football, trying to get that elusive guy on the ground.
You simply don't see that very often. A quarterback of this guy's caliber missing a guy wide open in the end zone. He makes those throws in his sleep.
They couldn't make the connection on second down. Now a 3rd and 7 to keep throw to the end zone. Picked off. And they make the play and make sure there's not any scoring opportunity right here before the end of the half. the gun. Running back gets to give. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. Pitt will try to boot this thing deep to start the second half. Out of the end zone. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. Tight game as we start the third quarter, and we'll see what type of adjustments they made at halftime.
And getting the ball first here, I think, is such a big deal. Like, I get the first chance to make a statement, to make the adjustments, to create some momentum for my squad.
There he goes! Guided out of bounds at the 34, and the running game really coming through.
You're down. Obviously, at the half, you had a conversation. We got to come out and put points on the board. And, Jesse, it looks like they're going to start with the ground game.
And I love this, David, too. Regardless of whether they're losing or they're winning, come out here and try to be the most physical unit here in the second half. Get this run game established.
Looking to pass. It's Ward. Fires on the move. Got his man on the right. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the first down.
You know, if you're going to complete some of these deep crossing patterns, the offensive line has got to be able to hold up because you know that receiver, it's going to take him time to get where he needs to be. So everybody up front really has to do a nice job of creating a clean pocket for the QB to throw from. Really good execution.
Grab near the marker. It's Ward. And he will score. The question now, will it count as we check out the laundry on the field? The go-ahead touchdown called back after the flag, and this offense going to have to regroup quickly. And here comes the offense on second down. It's a flea flicker. Here's a heat. And a flag flies as the pass is incomplete. Let's see who it's on.
Illegal forward offense.
You don't see that penalty too often, but we see it here, an illegal forward pass. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. Third and long, back up inside their 20. Bringing the heat. And the quarterback goes down all the way back at his 4-yard line. Kentucky will be forced to punt. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. The Pittsburgh offense is back on the field. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. That one never had a chance. Incomplete. Backed up now. Here's second and long. Leaves it with the running back. And he's very fortunate to get it back to the line of scrimmage, greeted by a sea of defenders. Scanning the field, it's Van Dyke. He's got an open man. He gets the job done on third down. They move the chains. It's at the 37. And the Panthers in the hurry-up.
And that's a huge third down conversion by the offense there. It's third and long. You've got to lead, not by a lot. Quarterback, though, very poised. Reads the coverage, throws it in rhythm, and you stay on the field.
And listen, as a quarterback, you're trying to find the matchup, trying to find who's open. I don't know if anybody was open, but that was not a greatly thrown football. I don't know if it was miscommunication, but the ball thrown out of bounds, and just on to the next down.
Legs to grab.
And a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You could tell they were, and that's why they got the first down.
It's complete to the left. And he gets the first down, but man, did he get the hit stick laid on his noggin. That's now 200 catches in his career.
It's so impressive because of his dependability. This guy has been consistent, David, week in, week out. He shows up, and he makes plays.
And it's easy to coach a guy like that. Consistent, does the work, catches the football, you know where he's going to be. That's why he's got 200 catches.
Back to pass. Got his man on the right. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line. The Panthers are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. He's looking to throw on 3rd and short. He ended up losing yardage on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down. Here comes the field goal unit as they'll try to take the 3. And he'll try to keep that smooth leg swing going for the 2nd time today, this one from 34 yards out. It's good, and that was dead solid perfect. That pushes the lead to 6 at 20-14.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. They'll run this play from the pistol. Looking downfield, it's Ward. Throws for the tight end. A strike downfield. They got him free for a big gainer down to the 43.
And if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive.
Touchdown, Wildcats! Hauled that baby in and then strolled into the end zone for the score. Lining up for the point after and the lead. And the extra point puts them on top by 1.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge. And also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, Dave. And listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Gets the back moving. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage. Pitt right back to the line.
Well, the defense didn't have a lot of time to celebrate that last big play because here's the offense right away back at the line of scrimmage, ready to roll again with tempo.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
And man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground. That is a ball.
And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line. Pitt will have to boot this one away. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. Kentucky has it back, and the Big Blue offense takes the field. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. To the ground with the back. And they picked up 9 on 1st down. It'll bring up 2nd and short.
We'd love to see this on offense early in drives. Getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
On the move. Running into the open space. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a 1st down.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical and they're trying to stay on the field.
Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the 1st down without getting it into the end zone. Back to throw, it's Ward. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
A good job by this defense. Great job in the secondary. Eyes on the quarterback. They took away the first option, made him go to option 2, made him go through his progression, and then they got time to get home and get a hit on the quarterback.
Wow, the running back there showing you his skill set as he's able to rip off that one for a first down.
Kentucky will come to the line with a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of PITT. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the 4th. They'll try to open the quarter by cashing in on this big opportunity deep in the red zone. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical and pass deep.
Well, it's a nice job by the quarterback getting the ball out of his hands quickly on that RPO. He saw something he liked, just not on the same page with his receiver.
After getting nothing on the last snap, let's see if they try to run it in on 3rd and goal from the 1. Knocked down in the backfield, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Great job being physical in the middle of the defense. Goal line situation, 3rd down. Nowhere for the runner to go in the middle of the field, so he tries to use his speed to bounce it, but this ain't high school. This defense has the ability to pursue and chase and get him down.
It's dropped, and oh, what a tough way to end this drive. And the Panthers buried deep in their own territory, just trying to find breathing room on 1st down. Use the play fake, now to throw. Grabbed over the middle, it's Williams. Gets it out to the 27-yard line, and they'll move the chains for a 1st down.
I don't know if this defense knows what just hit them because they gave up the completion, they gave up a 1st down, and now here's the offense back up at the line of scrimmage again, going tempo.
And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front? Looking to throw, it's Van Dyke. Fakes the grab. And they pick up just a few on that completion. PITT pushing the pace. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Caught close to the marker, it's Williams. Solid work and execution there. They'll have a 1st down as they mark it at the 40.
When offenses get 1st downs like this and they move the sticks and they get some momentum, look at what they do. They put their foot on the gas, run this no huddle, get to the line of scrimmage, and try to capitalize.
The Panthers can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Got room to work. Can't get him to the ground. Dragged down at the 43, but they've got it in enemy territory. They picked up 10 and give him a 1st down.
And how about that? Right after they get the explosive play running the ball, they're going right back to the line of scrimmage for some tempo.
And just wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down.
A nice job being gap sound by this defense. And here you go. Watch what this offense does. They'll get right back on the ball, and they'll go really quick, so you've got to be prepared.
And the defense able to drag him down, but not before. They'll recycle that down marker.
Nice job by the running back, catching the football and understanding where the 1st down marker was. I got to go get that 1st down. He did a nice job on it.
Lost yardage on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Looking to fire. Makes the grab on the left. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Ball into the end zone, and it's intercepted.
Nice read, nice break. Good job by the defender understanding that ball had some air underneath it. Takes advantage of it, goes and makes the big play.
They'll try to keep this clock moving on the ground.
And I like the first thought process right here. Run the football. We want to run that clock with the lead. Thank you to the defense for forcing that turnover, setting us up. Now if we can put a few 1st downs together, we're looking really good.
He's got enough to to move the chains for Kentucky.
Yeah, it's make or break time for this defense now. They got to get a stop, and if that's bringing more bodies in, bringing more beef in, they're running the football right up the gut, right at you. They're not going to throw the football in this situation. Time to be more physical and get this big stop.
With the first down, they'll put it in play from the 33. Working the middle of the field, and it's complete. And he was off to the races, and he gets it to the 45. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. The Wildcats with the 1st and 10. From the gun, the running back looking for room. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it. The defense uses their second timeout of the half as they try to get their act together. Wants to throw, it's Ward. Flips it out on the screen. He's brought down quickly, minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. And if you didn't know this was a big play, the crowd is telling you, a huge, just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49. It's 4th and 15, but the offense will stay on the field. They'll tell you that somebody's always going to pop open, but it didn't happen in time before they got this. And it's intercepted. A huge fourth quarter play for this defense. Looking to throw on first down. It's a fumble. Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance. Defenders everywhere. It's a turnover. And the quarterback takes a knee. What a show both of these teams put on today.